The quiet suburban neighborhood buzzed with the soft hum of life on a warm afternoon. Parents pushed strollers along the paved walkways of the park. Children played tag in the grass, and joggers completed their laps under the shade of towering oaks. Lisa Carter, the wife of the city's police commissioner, was among them. Dressed in sleek athletic wear, she finished her run and sat on a bench near the fountain, sipping water and scrolling through her phone. Two officers, fresh out of the academy and eager to prove themselves, patrolled the park. Officer Taylor nudged his partner, Officer Daniels, and motioned toward Lisa. "Looks out of place, doesn't she?" Taylor said. Daniels hesitated. "She's just sitting there. Could be anyone." Taylor shook his head. "Didn't dispatch mention a report of stolen phones and wallets in this area? Let's check her out." Approaching Lisa, they greeted her curtly and asked for identification. Startled, Lisa complied without hesitation. "Is there a problem, officers?" she asked, handing over her driver's license. Taylor studied the ID, his expression hardening. "We've had reports of thefts in the area. Do you mind telling us what you're doing here?" Lisa raised an eyebrow. "I'm jogging, just like I do every week." Her confident tone seemed to irk Taylor. "You always carry a phone like that?" he asked, pointing to her high-end smartphone resting on the bench. "Yes, because I need it." "What exactly are you implying?" Lisa replied calmly, but there was an edge to her voice. Daniels shifted uncomfortably. "Ma'am, it's just a routine check," he said, trying to de-escalate. Lisa's patience was wearing thin. "Routine checks don't involve accusations. I'm the commissioner's wife. I suggest you think carefully about how you proceed." Taylor scoffed. "Commissioner's wife, huh? Sure. Let's see what's in your bag." Without waiting for her consent, he grabbed her small tote bag and began rummaging through it. Lisa stood abruptly. "That's enough. You're overstepping your authority." By now, a small crowd had gathered. People whispered and began recording on their phones. Lisa remained composed, though her frustration was evident. "You're making a big mistake," she said, pulling out her phone to make a call. Several blocks away, Commissioner James Carter sat in a meeting with city officials when his phone buzzed. Seeing Lisa's name on the screen, he answered immediately. Her calm yet strained voice conveyed the urgency of the situation. "James, you need to get down to the park. 2 officers are harassing me." Carter's face darkened. He stood, excused himself from the meeting, and headed to the park with 2 senior officers in tow. When Carter's official car pulled up, the scene had shifted. The officers were still questioning Lisa, their voices firm but uncertain. The onlookers, now in larger numbers, whispered as they recognized the commissioner stepping out of the car. His tall frame and commanding presence silenced the murmurs as he approached. "Lisa," he said, his voice calm but with an undertone of controlled anger. "Are you all right?" Lisa nodded but gestured toward the officers. "These 2 decided I looked suspicious." Taylor and Daniels froze as Carter's piercing gaze landed on them. "Officers, care to explain what's going on here?" Taylor stammered. "Sir, we were just conducting a routine check. There have been theft reports." "Routine checks do not involve rifling through a citizen's personal belongings without probable cause," Carter interrupted. "And they certainly don't involve dismissing someone's identity because you don't believe them." Daniels swallowed hard, clearly regretting the entire situation. "Commissioner, we didn't mean to—" "But you did," Carter said sharply. Turning to the senior officers who had accompanied him, he gestured to the crowd. "Take statements from witnesses. I want a full report on my desk by the end of the day." The senior officers immediately began their work, approaching onlookers who were eager to share their recordings and accounts. Carter then addressed the crowd. "I want to thank everyone for remaining calm and respectful. This will be handled appropriately, and I assure you, accountability is a priority." After the situation calmed, Carter sat with Lisa on the bench, away from the remaining commotion. "I'm sorry you had to go through that," he said quietly. Lisa placed a hand on his arm. It's not your fault, James, but this needs to be a wake-up call for the department. If they can treat me like this, imagine how they treat people without connections. He nodded solemnly. You're right. This will be a turning point. The incident quickly made headlines. Videos of the confrontation went viral, sparking widespread discussions on police training and accountability. In a press conference the next day, Carter announced new measures, including mandatory de-escalation training and stricter protocols for conducting searches. Lisa, now an unexpected advocate for respectful policing, used her voice to push for meaningful change. It's not just about me, she told reporters. It's about ensuring everyone is treated with dignity and fairness, no matter who they are. The young officers involved faced disciplinary actions, but were also given opportunities to learn from their mistakes. Carter's leadership in handling the incident was praised, but it was Lisa's composure and courage that inspired many. Sometimes change begins in the most unexpected places, even in the middle of a quiet suburban park. This story is a powerful reminder that respect and accountability should never be optional, especially for those in positions of authority. What would you have done in this situation? Do you think the commissioner handled it the right way? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-life stories of justice, empowerment, and unexpected twists. Stay tuned for our next video, another tale of courage and lessons that will leave you inspired.